Hello, this is a syllabus review of Composition 2, English 122, taught by me, Brian Leingang. This is for the spring 2021 semester. Just going through the syllabus so you can read along. My office hours are Monday and Wednesday through Zoom, actually through Blackboard Collaborate 9 through 10:30, and then on Thursdays 1 to 2:30 and by appointment. You can contact me. I'm not really on campus, but my cell phone is 937-216-3653. You're welcome to text me. Preferred method of contact is through my Edison email, though. That way there is a record, but quick texts are always fine. When you do this, please tell me who you are. That way I know which class you're in. Our textbooks are the Word for College Reading and Writing, which is our Composition 1 and 2 textbook, the Little Seagull Handbook, which is also used in both. We have an online critical thinking handbook, and then our common read, which is They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. Every syllabus has us look at the core values and the prerequisites, so you can see that our values are communication skills, critical thinking, diversity, ethics, inquiry and respect for learning, interpersonal skills, and teamwork. Every course has course goals, and you can see what these are, but basically we are continuing the work of Comp 1 to build our critical thinking, research, and analytical skills, also work on MLA formatting, and just becoming better writers. Our goal is to write two major projects, the book review and a research project. So we'll be doing these. We're looking at reviewing an entire book and looking at a specific issue. So in addition, there will be an oral presentation at the end, and then a capstone assignment that allows you to kind of reflect on the work that you've done. So in an online class, we're doing asynchronous, which is a word you've probably heard before since you started doing all this sort of online stuff, but that just means happening at different times. So you're kind of working on a weekly schedule, getting things done when you can. I'm posting things when I can and grading them when I can. There will be interaction, but it will be done, again, asynchronously, not at the same time. You'll be submitting work at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times. I try to keep this down because students said that they didn't like having to keep track of it. But at the same time, having a sense of commitment to the course, a sense of urgency, I think is also important. So we can see how all this is going midway through the semester. Some of the policy things that are going on. We're looking at reading, writing, research, and argument. Argument means an exchange of ideas. Doesn't mean you always have to agree or be satisfied with your disagreement. We're going to have some weekly writing exercises in addition to the reports we're doing. We're going to be reading some things, and you might not like them, and that's okay. You don't have to like them. Whether you like them or not is not part of the grade. What I'm looking at is stimulating kind of how you interact with something. Look at how you make arguments. How do you disagree with something is very important. You just can't say I like it because it's stupid or I don't like it because it's stupid. You have to find those reasons. And so that's what we're looking at doing is interacting with some harder divisive topics, and that'll help you make a clearer, more reasoned argument. So for assignments, we have discussion board writing, usually 2 to 4 a week. Some of them will ask you to interact with each other, but not a whole lot of those. Discussion posts are 1,000 characters long, not words. Many students got confused last semester. They thought I meant words, but characters, meaning that one letter is a character. So this character right here is that. Let me change this as well to or about 200 words. Sometimes the discussion board counts characters, sometimes it counts words, so we'll just do that. That'll make it a little easier. You receive credit for the posting. I'm not grading these. I'm not like looking at grammar or anything. I'm just interested in having you think on the page. In addition, we're also writing summaries, about 100 to 150 words, just a summary to prove that you read it, show that you understand it, and you can turn those in. We'll have 6 journals in this class. They are a little bit longer, polished pieces. And then our assignment descriptions, let's see, turn it in. is based in the Pacific time, so sometimes you have to be careful. But you need to turn your work in by deadlines. I try to be lenient. I have a 24-hour grace period, so that's helpful. But they need to be in on time so I can grade them and get them back to you on time. That's an important thing. Here are our assignments. We're doing a book review of They Called Us Enemy. And then our research project. I've condensed this down a little bit to make it a little less work. We're doing an overview of a specific issue that you choose, then a review of literature, which is explaining the works that you've read. What is the research? You're doing a research argument, about 1,000 words with a detailed argument on the research, and then a call to action. Basically, you're doing a problem and solution type paper. Think of it that way. You'll be presenting your call to action and commenting on your classmates' presentations. That way we are sharing things. That's an important thing, I think. Capstone is your ability or your final chance to respond to any questions, comments, and criticisms that I or your classmates have about your call to action. There will be a lot of times where we're looking at the writing process, and there'll be some, not necessarily conferences, but I will be looking at your work. There will be revision reflections. All the work that we're turning in, these major sections will require a reflection on your writing process. So you'll write your paper, then you'll write a 1-page, 250-word reflection on what happened with the writing. So I'll provide guidance for that in the assignment description. Let's see, policies. The week begins on Monday and ends on Sunday. All the work is going to be due by Sunday at the latest. So I do want things done on certain dates, but things happen. I usually assume that students work over the weekend, and that's when they do the majority of their work. But other students have said, well, let's try a different time. So hopefully Sunday night is good. Let's see, communication. You gotta check in regularly. There's only really 2 ways that I can contact you. One's by email, and the other one's through the course. Usually I just send you through email. So you do need to check your email. We will be submitting everything through Blackboard, so don't send me anything by email. It gets lost easily. I get a lot of emails. I forget. I'll get an email with a paper, and then 4 days later when I go to grade, I'll forgot that I've gotten the email. So make sure that happens, that it gets turned in. You also want to make sure that turn it in has actually received your work. A lot of students last semester had submitted something or thought they did, but they didn't get a turned in receipt. So make sure you get that. Work needs to be submitted on time. Any of the major works, you get a 24-hour grace period. Really, if you're having problems getting something turned in, just email me and I'll be like, yeah, that's fine. That's an important thing, is that communication. But don't just assume that I'll accept your work if it's late. You need to ask me. We'll be doing a lot of peer review, especially in the second half of the class. We'll be working in small groups. There are some revisions that you'll be allowed to do of your book review and of some of your other writing. So you'll be able to revise it and get a better grade. Just some other things, save your work in more than one place. That's important because stuff happens, right? So always have an extra copy somewhere. Online class, I'm just asking that you show up every week by doing the work. That's an important thing. If I miss a week of work, I'm going to try to contact you. If you miss 2 weeks, I'm going to do an academic alert. You might get a phone call from me. And then week 3, a final attempt to contact, and then I'll probably just drop you from the class. I don't want to do that, but I will. If you want to contact me, just please do so anytime. Anything after 9 p.m. I might not get till until the next morning. Usually I do respond to students at 10:30 and things like that. But I like to have my downtime. You should have your own downtime as well. But our times probably don't always line up. So go ahead and send me that email. I'll usually get back to you within 12 hours. If I don't get back to you within a day, contact me again, because chances are I thought I responded and I forgot. You're welcome to call me, but leave a message because I'm not going to answer. That's just the way it goes. Video conferences, you can set up a video conference with me. I'll also, it's actually office hours going to be through Blackboard Collaborate. And there will be a video on how to do that. We'll have some group work. We're going to have 45 students. Let's see, just be kind. If you need help to the Writing Center, you can contact them. If you have a documented disability, please let me know, and I can work with, not let me know, but contact the disabilities coordinator, and they will let me know how to work with you. And then plagiarism, all your work needs to be your own. Here's a definition. Please read it. What happens if I find out that you plagiarize, discover you plagiarize? It's going to give you a 0. If it's an intentional plagiarism, you're going to fail the course. So lacking citations, that's plagiarism. It's defined right there. Computer stuff, it breaks down sometimes, so you need to contact the help desk. It's pretty efficient, so that's always good. But also, just contact me by phone number and let me know. I have a breakdown of assignments. There's 1,700 points in the class. Most of the points come from just showing up. So over half the points come from showing up and just turning in drafts. Meaning these, you don't have to be perfect on and still do really well in the class. I have a little description of some evaluation of writing. Don't let that intimidate you. And then I have our tentative schedule. It's broken down by what's due for that week for reading, discussion boards, and then any major writing assignments due. So you can kind of scroll through this. Blackboard, there are videos that kind of talk about that a lot more, but that is generally the syllabus. So I hope that is helpful. Please contact me with questions.